Hi, I'm Cheryl, the Africa Product and Travel Specialist here at Inspiring Travel, and today we're going to talk all about South Africa.
What currency is used in South Africa?
Currency is South African rand.
How long does it take to fly to South Africa?
Obviously, there's various regional airports, but on average, you're probably looking at about 11 and a half hours from London.
What is the time difference between the UK and South Africa?
So South Africa is ahead, so in summer, we're looking at 1 hour ahead, and in winter, it's 2.
Is it safe to travel to South Africa?
South Africa is the most visited destination in the whole of Africa. Very, very popular for self-driving. I think the thing is just be mindful of your surroundings, but I think that accounts for anywhere that you go in the world. There's always elements of poverty, etc. But yeah, I think I've never felt threatened going to South Africa.
What vaccinations do I need for a holiday in South Africa?
We always recommend that you go to a GP, but we would say hepatitis, typhoid. There is areas within South Africa that you do require malaria tablets. If you're looking at Cape Town and doing the garden route up to the Eastern Cape, Safari, all that region is malaria free. You've got Madikwe, which is malaria free, that's a big game reserve. Kruger is malaria, you do require malaria for Kruger. If you're looking further north, KwaZulu-Natal, that's quite low risk, but we still recommend that you take malaria.
What documents do I need to travel to South Africa?
Passport with a 6 month validity, at least 2 pages free, and your travel documents. If you're actually travelling as a family and your family name is not the same as the child, you would require a birth certificate to take with you as well.
Do I need a visa to travel to South Africa from the UK?
No visas are required for British citizens to South Africa.
What clothing should I pack for my holiday to South Africa?
I think again, it all depends on the time of year that you're looking to travel. The seasons are opposite to us, so our summer is their winter and our winter is their summer. So I think the misconception is because you're in South Africa in July that it's going to be hot, and it can be really cool. A couple of years ago, just as an example, in May they had snow in Cape Town. So if you are going in our summer months, it's just a case of taking some warm clothes with you as well, especially for safaris, because the safaris are going to be very cool because you are up early in the morning and you're obviously going to be doing your game drives in the evening as the sun's setting, so that's when it'll really cool down. But the nice thing is that they do like to make it all nice and toasty and warm for you with a hot water bottle and a blanket and some hot coffee.
What is the best time of year to go to South Africa on holiday?
I would say sort of towards the end of September, you're getting into their spring. So it's our winter, basically, is their best time. That's their summer season, so it's opposite to us.
Which month has the best weather in South Africa?
So the best months are probably going to be December, January, February. That's sort of the peak of their summer months. That's when you're going to get better temperatures.
What is the best time of year to visit South Africa's garden route?
So the best time to visit garden route, if you're thinking of touring on safari and you're not sort of so much focused on beach, then I would basically say from August, September onwards. It does cool down quite considerably. May and June, they're sort of quite cool months, so I would avoid them because it does feel like winter. Temperatures in South Africa are pretty similar to us in the UK, actually. The winters probably are a little bit milder than ours, but you generally do get similar climates.
What should I wear in South Africa on a winter break?
Gosh, so if it's our winter, you're fine because it's their summer. But if it's in reverse, then it's going to be pretty much what you would wear at home in the UK. It's that sort of climate.
Are there any traditional South African dishes I should try?
Yeah, so the biggest one, which I think we're familiar of it here anyway, is biltong. Biltong is a really big snack in South Africa, and there's so many different varieties of biltong as well. Another one is you'll see on the menus things like springbok and kudu, which is obviously a different variety of meat, more sort of game meat. They love the braais, they love the barbecues, so they're very, very big on the barbecues in South Africa. And then there is also the bunny chow. So the bunny chow is a curry, a sort of a very South African infused curry, and it sits inside a loaf. And so it obviously all the curry juices are soaked up in the bread, and that's a really nice thing to eat.
What vegetarian dishes are available in South Africa?
Oh, vegetarian, you've got so much option. Everything in South Africa is locally produced. You do get a lot of restaurants that are farm to table, so everything is fresh, and the quality is very good as well in South Africa, and it's good value for money.
Are there any traditional Zulu foods I should try in South Africa?
KwaZulu-Natal, Zulu, the food is sort of probably a little bit more meze-based, rice dishes, potatoes, vegetables, but the chuni brow actually is very, very popular in KwaZulu-Natal. They love the bunny chow.
Where are the best South African wine regions?
Oh gosh, you are spoiled for choice. You've got Constantia, you have Franschhoek, Stellenbosch, Paarl, Wellington. All that region is classed as the Cape Winelands, so there's some absolutely amazing award-winning estates to visit. What I do love is the wine tram that you can pick up in Franschhoek, and you can drop off and hop on and off at the different vineyards. So that's quite a cool trip.
What is the best time of year to visit South African wine country?
I would do the wine region in our winter months because that's their summer, and it's nothing nicer than sitting out on the terrace with a nice glass of wine with the sun shining. So I would probably say winter, our winter.
When is the best time of year to see wildlife in South Africa?
So wildlife you will get to see all year round. A lot of the wildlife especially when they've had the rains, you generally find that everything is a little bit more lush. So the game activity can be a little bit more active. But generally speaking, I don't think you'd be disappointed at any time of the year that you went to South Africa. A lot of the areas have all got private reserves. And they are Big Five as well. So you're going to get to see some really great game activity.
What is a Big Five safari?
So Big Five Safari is a conservancy or a reserve that is home to the lions, leopards, rhinos, elephants, and buffaloes. If you get to see all five, you have literally ticked the Big Five.
What wild animals live in South Africa?
Well, you're going to see all your usual Big Five. So you're going to get to see lions, leopards, elephants, buffalo. You can even see cheetahs. You've got wild dogs. I've had some great experiences with wild dogs in South Africa. But not just the land, you've also got the ocean as well. And especially if you're around sort of Cape Town, there's two areas there, Betty's Beach and Boulders Beach, where you've got the penguins. You can go and see the penguins. You've got whales, sharks, you've got seals. So there is quite a lot of activity. You're not just limited to just land game. You've also got the ocean as well.
What are the best locations to see lions in South Africa?
You've got quite a lot of locations to see lions in South Africa. If you see a game reserve, the advertisers that were a Big Five, then you will get to see lions. So whether that's you going to the Eastern Cape, which is great for first time safari, you've got Kruger, you've got Madikwe, and then you've also got KwaZulu-Natal in the Northern Territories. So you'll get to see lions wherever you go in South Africa.
Where is the best place to see great white sharks in South Africa?
So to see the sharks, you would probably be looking at the Western Cape area. That's a very, very popular area, especially around Hermanus. So yeah, Western Cape for sharks.
What is the best safari for first-timers?
I think South Africa, there's quite a lot of areas that you can visit for first-time safari goers. It depends if you don't want to take malaria, then you'd be looking at the Eastern Cape. And the reserves that are in the Eastern Cape are fantastic. That was my very first intro to Africa many years ago. And for a first time I was wowed, so you'll always get a wow anyway. Then you've got other areas, sort of like Madikwe and Kruger, or you've even got KwaZulu-Natal. So I've done safaris all over South Africa, and I think it doesn't matter where you go. Like I said, it'll all be sort of dictated on the malaria, but other than that, you'll have a great safari in any destination in South Africa.
What is the best safari for families?
So what's really popular for families is the Eastern Cape Reserves because it's malaria-free, and Madikwe. So those two are both malaria-free destinations in South Africa for safari. There's some amazing reserves in the Eastern Cape. A very, very popular one, which is quite well known, is Shamwari. Shamwari is great. It's got some great family lodges there. You've got the Born Free Federation, so you can take the children to go and see rescued wildlife. So yeah, Eastern Cape and Madikwe is what I would recommend. Madikwe is very popular with the elephants, very big for elephants.
What are the best beach destinations in South Africa?
So I've been all through South Africa, and I would say the north and the south are very, very different. Down in the south, which is more heading out of Cape Town, you've got sort of Camps Bay, and you've got loads of beach areas along that route right up to Plattenberg. But when you go right to the very north of South Africa and you're in this sort of KwaZulu-Natal province, the beaches there are just beautifully stunning white beaches. They literally run for miles and miles, and they are pretty deserted as well. So whereas with the south it's very, very commercial, the north isn't. It's very, very uncommercial, but absolutely stunning beaches.
What are the best cities to visit in South Africa?
Oh, it has to be Cape Town. Cape Town, although a small city, it has so much to offer. You've got amazing range of activities. You can go and do Table Mountain, you've got Robben Island, you've got the beaches of Camps Bay with its promenade, you've got V&A waterfront, which is really vibey, you've got the City Bowl, which has got the markets, and you've got street food shops and bars. It's got so much to offer. Lots of culture, great for museums. If you're really into the arts as well, they've got a fantastic African art collection in Cape Town.
What is the best time of year to visit Cape Town?
So best time to visit Cape Town is from October probably through to about April. They're your best months to go.
What should I pack for a holiday in Cape Town?
I think the thing that you've got to consider is that you're actually going to a city, so it's like any city break. It's comfortable shoes, you're going to be doing probably a lot of walking and sightseeing, and then maybe some nice dress wear in the evening, because you've got some beautiful restaurants in Cape Town, which are very, very reasonably priced as well. So it's very big on fine dining. So it's just a case of just having a mix of collection of clothing.
Can I drive in South Africa?
You can drive in South Africa, and the real cool thing is it's on the same side of the road as us, so it makes it life a lot easier. I've drove throughout South Africa. I've done all the way from Cape Town, and I've gone right up to KwaZulu-Natal, and very easy to drive in South Africa, not congested, very simple roads. So yeah, do it. It's the best way to see South Africa is driving.
What is the best place to visit for a couple's holiday in South Africa?
So you have your classic itineraries, which is Cape Town, arriving into Cape Town, then going exploring the wine region, heading up through what is classed as the garden route, which is the coastal route, to finish at something like Eastern Cape or Kruger for a safari. That tends to be a very classic itinerary for South Africa. But the thing is, what you will find is that every area is so different. You'll just fall in love with every new location that you discover.
What are the best natural wonders to see in South Africa?
Well, the first one is the iconic Table Mountain. Then you have the 12 Apostles mountain range that just runs for miles. Absolutely stunning if you've sat on one of those beaches with the backdrop. You've got canyons, you've got Drakensberg Mountains. Up in KwaZulu-Natal, you've got the wetlands with the lakes, Emerald Lakes. There's quite a lot actually in South Africa to see. It's such a beautiful destination from a scenery point of view. Very big on nature. You can go hiking, biking, a lot of adrenaline activities. So yeah, beautiful place.
Is Victoria Falls in South Africa?
So Victoria Falls is not in South Africa, it's in Zimbabwe. The reason probably why people think it is South Africa is because you might see a lot of itineraries that do have Victoria Falls with South Africa X. But personally, if you get the opportunity, I would definitely add it in, because it is just an absolutely awesome destination to travel to. You've got so much activity. You can do sunset cruises along the Zambezi, you can go and see the falls, you've got a helicopter trips, you can do the Bush Tracks Express, do a fine dining dinner over the bridge at sunset. So there's quite a lot of activity to finish either or start with South Africa.
What are the best places to visit in South Africa?
Guess what? You've got 9 provinces, all absolutely exceptional. Purely because you've got such dramatic scenery, you've got stunning beaches, you've got cultural, immersive experience if you're going down to the Western Cape area. You've got the wine region, you've got adrenaline activities. So if you want to do bungee jumping, kayaking, or you've got hiking, there's just so much to do in South Africa. I think everywhere really is pretty unique.